I can't believe it's already December and I still haven't shared my new bike with you guys here on YouTube, so without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm happy to share that I'm officially supported by Specialized Canada for 2026. They don't often collaborate with content creators, but here we are, and I'm super excited for what's next. At the end of September, I picked up my new bike, a 2026 model year Specialized Tarmac SL8. I've been riding my Crux this summer, both on and off-road, and the SL8 was the logical choice for a road bike. It took a couple of weeks of waiting, and the date finally arrived. I went straight to Specialized Canada's HQ here in Montreal in the West Island to pick it up. I got to choose any helmet and shoes I wanted. I went with the S-Works Torch Lace for a bit of flair and the EVE 3 Aero helmet. I'll share my thoughts on those in a future video. Once I got the bike home, I went straight into building it, or rather stripping it down. Let me explain. This bike came as a complete comp build, which is the lowest tier in the lineup, equipped with SRAM Red and an aluminium cockpit and wheels. For the 2026 Canadian Tarmac SL8 lineup, there are two frame options, the 10R and the S-Works. Since all the trims under the S-Works share the same frame, I went with the comp for the color, which is matte black. It matches my Crux perfectly, and I knew it would look incredibly clean once the build was finished. I ride a size 58, and the stock build comes with 175mm cranks, which I don't run, so the stock group set was always coming off. I also have a Roval Rapide cockpit on the way. I went with the 38cm wide and 115mm stem variant. If I had chosen a higher trim, like the Pro, I would have been stuck with a 42cm cockpit and would have replaced it anyway. Finally, I'm keeping my wheels, so for all these reasons, the comp made sense. Once the bike was stripped, I brought it to Service Course, my favorite bike shop in Montreal. It's always a good time there, and Cedric is the only person allowed to work on my bikes, no exceptions.
Good.
Since the brake hoses were already routed through the frame, it took less than 2 hours to install my SRAM Red group set. I love this group set, the gearing works perfectly for me, I really like the older lever ergonomics, and it has a power meter. While the bike was there, we also serviced my ENVE SES 4.5 wheels. I hadn't properly cleaned or serviced them in almost 2 summers, and now they honestly feel brand new. We kept the stock stem for now, but swapped the handlebars for a pair of ENVE In Route aero bars. They're 39cm wide, and I already had them lying around. C'était le offset?
C'est le liaison. Puis après, je vais checker les. Je vais voir si on a monté un peu. Ouais, trop long.
Ouais, il a passé. Ouais, fait que... Ouais. Fait que toute la gang... Mais le SL7, c'est lui qui a le moins droppé.
With pedals, bottle cages, a Garmin mount, a carbon rail saddle, the final weight came in at 16.1 pounds. I was genuinely stoked on that number. This is by far the lightest bike I've ever ridden. There's still a lot of excess brake hose that will be cut once the Roval cockpit arrives, and after winter I'll be switching to the S-Works tires. I'm confident this bike will dip under 16 pounds, and keep in mind this is an XL frame. In a future video, I'll share my thoughts after my first month of riding the Tarmac SL8. So if you're interested in how it actually feels on the road, make sure to stick around. Otherwise, happy indoor training if you're in Canada, and I'll catch you guys very soon.